Welcome to Eerier Echoes. Step into the shadows with Eerier Echoes, where the past whispers its darkest secrets. Here we bring you real haunted stories, urban legends, and creepypastas rooted in true events from America's early days. Each tale is carefully crafted to be the perfect companion for your bedtime, with eerie music and an immersive narrative that lingers long after the lights go out. Emotional, unsettling, and unforgettable, our stories are meant to make you wonder what else might be lurking in the dark. So lie back, close your eyes, and listen closely. Welcome to Eerier Echoes, where the past never truly rests. The Bell Witch, America's most terrifying haunting. In the early 1800s, nestled along the rolling hills of Adams, Tennessee, lived a man named John Bell. With his wife Lucy and their children, they enjoyed a quiet and prosperous life on their 320-acre farm. The Bells were respected in the community, devout, hard-working, and hospitable. But in 1817, an evil presence would unravel their peaceful world. It began with whispers in the dead of night. At first it was faint, like the wind rustling through the trees. Then the sounds grew distinct, knocking on walls, scratching from within the floorboards, chains dragging across the wooden planks. The Bells searched the house for the source, but there was nothing, just shadows and silence. The children awoke to their blankets being violently torn from their beds. Betsy Bell, the youngest daughter, cried out as an invisible force yanked her hair and left deep, purple bruises on her arms. The family prayed for deliverance, but the unseen tormentor only grew bolder. Soon the entity found its voice. A raspy, chilling whisper echoed through the house. It mimicked conversations, laughed mockingly, and called out the family members by name. One night the voice growled, "I am Kate. I am the spirit of a woman wronged. I will not rest until justice is served." The family believed it to be the spirit of Kate Batts, a bitter neighbor who had long accused John Bell of cheating her in a land deal. Before her death, she vowed revenge on him, and now it seemed her spirit had returned. Locals began referring to the presence as the Bell Witch. Word of the haunting spread like wildfire. Neighbors, priests, and even skeptics flocked to the Bell home, hoping to witness the strange occurrences. Lucy Bell, ever faithful, tried to cleanse the house with prayer, but the spirit only jeered in response. It seemed to delight in the fear it caused. While the spirit tormented the entire family, its fury was particularly focused on John Bell. It swore to see him dead. John suffered violent seizures and experienced a mysterious swelling of the throat. Doctors were baffled. "Your ailment is beyond the reach of medicine," one doctor finally admitted. And all the while the witch's voice taunted him, whispering cruel prophecies of his impending death. But Betsy Bell bore the worst of the spirit's wrath. It struck her during the night, leaving bruises on her pale skin. Her once joyful laughter faded, replaced by a constant look of fear. The spirit forbade her from marrying her beloved fiancé, Joshua Gardner. Whenever the couple tried to meet, the spirit's voice shrieked through the air, sending icy chills down their spines. Desperate and broken, Betsy eventually called off the engagement. As the years passed, even the most hardened skeptics began to believe. The tale of the Bell Witch reached the ears of General Andrew Jackson, a renowned military leader and future president. Intrigued, he set out to investigate the haunting himself. Upon nearing the Bell property, Jackson's wagon suddenly froze. The horses, though unharmed, refused to move. After hours of futile effort, Jackson exclaimed, "By the Eternal, I swear this must be the work of the Bell Witch." That night, Jackson and his men camped on the property. As darkness fell, the air grew thick and heavy. The spirit made itself known. It pulled the blankets from the men, slapped them with invisible hands, and whispered vile threats into their ears. By dawn, Jackson had seen enough. He and his men fled the farm, unwilling to challenge the witch further. John Bell's health continued to deteriorate. On the morning of December 20th, 1820, his son found him lifeless in his bed. Beside him was a mysterious vial of black liquid. The family, bewildered, turned to the witch for answers. The spirit's laughter rang through the room as it gleefully declared, "I gave him his last dose." The vial was tested on a cat, which died instantly upon consumption. Though the Bells buried John beneath the ancient oak trees on the family farm, the witch was far from finished. At his funeral it cackled and sang joyfully, mocking the mourners. "I told you I would see him dead," it sneered. After John's death, the spirit's visits became less frequent. By 1821, it claimed it would return in 7 years, and true to its word, it reappeared. This time it plagued John Bell Jr., engaging him in philosophical debates and predicting future events. Then, just as mysteriously as it arrived, the Bell Witch vanished once again. But not forever. The legend says the spirit still lingers near the Bell family's property. The Bell Witch Cave, a dark and winding cavern near the original homestead, is said to be a gateway to the other side. Visitors report hearing whispers, seeing shadowy figures, and feeling a chilling presence. Some believe the Bell Witch waits, biding her time. Others think her spirit will never find rest,